Hey guys, what's going on? This is Kyle from Too Much Bricks, and welcome back. So, welcome back to yet again another building Avengers Endgame Final Battle in Lego remodel video. This is going to be part 4. I've gotten a lot of progress done. Been working on it for a while. I know that hasn't been many uploads and haven't done one in a while. But definitely make sure you guys who are just starting now go check out part 1 through 3. Those are all out there and uploaded. I'm sorry about the lack of uploads. I was a little busy last week, but I was working on this as much as I could so I could make this video for you guys. So I'm going to take you through the progress I've gotten done and let you know if there's any changes that I'm going to be making, what I added, and what stuff I plan to add. And the reason that I am in my normal studio, normally in the mock, I have the camera set up on the mock and my figure in the mock, but I'm in my regular studio because the mock is filling up and there's not enough room to put the camera on. So that is good sign. I'm actually not disappointed about that because that means it's coming along well. I do want to say subscribe, drop a like if you haven't. Definitely go check out my cousin over at Anthony the Lego Man, subscribe to him. And without further ado, let's get into this remodel video. So starting up here, I have placed my speeder in a permanent spot. As you can see, I'm pretty sure that's where I would like it. The last update that I did, I said that that wasn't in an actual permanent spot, so I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with that. As you can see, I've placed a number of figures, big figs. I get down into some of the smaller detail. So I've got my Punisher cameo and little Ant-Man making a little appearance in there. I have Falcon shooting a couple of Outriders. That was from the last update, but I did add Bucky fighting beside him. He shot a Chitauri down there. I've just added various little bit more flames and rubble and destruction pieces. I've got Black Panther versus Ebony Maw, as we saw briefly in the new movie. I have fixed up Cap's lightning surging through the ground. I've added to it, taken away. Just trying to make it look as neat as possible and not like water or, messy, but I plan to work on that a little bit more. Added a couple more cheese slopes to kind of reference that it's like, ripping up the ground. Thor, have him just slashing an Outrider. I've added, again, some more rubble pieces over here. There's my Pepper Potts armor. That is from the last update as well. There's really not much to newer things over here. Still have my Endgame Blu-ray up there, Deadpool, and I've destroyed the compound a little bit more. Added some destructive pieces and taken some pieces off. I plan to do something with the windows because that looks a little bit too intact for me. I want to make some broken glass or add some more destruction over it, or maybe just remodel the whole thing. But I'm trying to keep, as I said in a couple last updates, trying to keep the overall shape and set together. As you can see, the rubble is supposed to be like half the building, and most of it got fallen apart because it was such a big building that probably would only be half of it. Still got Ant-Man emerging. Got Drax and Nebula fighting off against Cull Obsidian over there. Still got Doctor Strange, and I did add Peter Quill over here. And the big announcement, or change that I've made, is I put in the cave, as I said that I wanted to. So I zoom in there. I broke away some of the mountain and rubble that I had piled up in the back and just kind of basically made a little hole. You can see that's my Far From Home mock. The back is just some green, but added some rubble to the top. Got some more flames there, and you can see the inside. So what I plan to do with that, I have figures. Well, down here again, everything is still a mess down here. It's parts and figures. I said in the last update that I wanted to either do Gamora meeting Quill, but I rewatched the movie and I realized that he was fighting the Chitauri in like the rubble that kind of looked like a cave, and then they walked out into the open area. And that's where they actually had the where they actually met, and Quill got kicked to the ground. But the cave scene that I ended up wanting to go for was Hawkeye, Nebula, and Gamora, where he has the gauntlet and Nebula shoots her past self. I had mentioned that, but I really wanted to do Quill meeting Gamora in that episode, so I didn't really say much about the Nebula versus Nebula scene, but now I'm going to do that because that was actually in a cave. And again, as I said, I rewatched the movie and noticed that the scene I was going for really wouldn't work. So fitting 3 figures into that little space is going to be interesting. I really don't want to make it too big. Sorry, the camera got a little fuzzy there. I don't want to make it too big because I mean, I like the look of that, and I don't want it just to be like, so noticeable. Like when everything's filled, like, it's not as noticeable. Probably might add lights inside. I'm not sure. I do have a couple of light bricks, but I don't know if I actually want to do that. So again, I'm just gonna have Hawkeye on the ground and Nebula and Gamora in there. Obviously, I have my gauntlet on Thanos, so maybe I'll just put a little gauntlet because I do have the Mighty Micro Thanos gauntlet, so maybe I might use that. Although it's not red, I think it'll just get the message across. I think it'll still work. Yeah, as I said, 3 figures probably gonna be a little tight, so I might end up updating that. Adding some more Rebel pieces, but I definitely want to at least have that scene in. Aside from putting in those 3 figures, I just have Wasp and regular size Ant-Man, Groot and Shuri and his name escapes me, M'Baku. There we go. To put in, so I bunch these figures together. I also do have their Outrider partners that they are fighting, so I do have enough Outriders for every figure in the mock, including the Black Order and obviously Thanos. I also do have customized Iron Spider with some longer arms because these are from the original and I like the look of those better than the shorter ones. And I just used the opening. I know we've gotten a lot more newer for the more recent webs for the new Spider-Man sets, but I do like that opening piece just a little bit better. That's about a pretty old piece. I believe that came in the Spider-Man Ghost Rider team up. And I just have a custom Outrider in a tuxedo with a Captain America head that I had made a long while back. But I'm actually going to switch this out. I was realizing how funny that looked, but probably just scrap that one for parts because I do have an extra Outrider here, so I'm probably going to end up using him. I'm trying to use all official Outriders in this. The only ones I haven't used are these two. They're just all black and gunmetal gray head. Not as noticeable, so I just used those two for Falcon. As much as I've gotten, because I actually bought 2 Captain America bike sets, so I actually got 6 Outriders in just those 2 sets. Never mind the 4 from the Avengers Infinity War wave, and then I think there were 12 or 14, I'm not sure, from the whole Avengers Endgame wave, if you're including Chitauri. So, a lot of heroes against a lot of Outriders. I don't have the original Chitauri figures, sadly, but I didn't really like the look of those anyway. I do like the newer style. But aside from those figures, there's just some more Rebel piece over here. I'm not going to put all this stuff in, but I am just like, deciding like, this wheel type of thing or any of these white pieces. This was an old design versus Rebel piece because I know that the compound had was white and I was just, just experimenting here. I don't know if I'm probably not going to be putting that in, but I have used all the Rebels that came from the plate that I had. Those, again, who've been following for a while will remember that. Yeah, so that really completes it. I still have the same scene, Thanos and Iron Man kneeling down. I definitely like the look of that. And yeah, so that really completes it for this update video. I'm very glad with the progress that I got done on it. I'm also very happy with the progress that I'm going to do on it. So again, major thing is the cave. So I definitely plan to maybe improve that, put those figures in. And I do have more flames over here. I just have them separated out. So I have like, various like studs. And these are like the blast pieces. I'm trying not to include these too much for flames because, I mean, they could be, but I don't really like the look of them. So probably not going to use those too much. These are probably just going to be last resort if I have to. There's just some more studded flames in there. I have the bigger flames that I have ran out of a lot. these bigger bursts. I'm trying not to put these in too much because, again, this is going to be very busy, but you see I have a lot of those and then, one big one. So, again, ran out of those pretty quickly. I have a couple of the taller flames, the actual really like flame pieces, and I definitely plan to use those because I really like the look of them. And then I have a lot of the smaller blowing in the wind. I have to call them flames, or used for feathers in the hats, and I really like the look of those. I have a mix between the blast piece and one of those there, so they just kind of make the thing. I'm trying not to use, as I said, the sticking up ones too much. I kind of want to just keep it a little bit, not exploding and like all over the place, but they're trying to even it out. And yeah, so that really completes it for this update. Let me know what you guys think, and we're gonna take you back to the regular studio and wrap up this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found it helpful. If you spotted any cool building techniques, again, leave down in the comment section down below if you enjoyed it and if you liked it. Again, leave down in the comment section down below if there's anything you'd like me to add, take out, just your thoughts, so you guys can let me know. I know there's a lot of stuff going on with COPA and marking videos for kids and not for kids. I'm trying to sort all that out. Um, again, be on the lookout for more uploads. I'm going to try and get back to my normal schedule. Again, I have been pretty busy, but got a couple of set reviews coming out, some more mock reviews. As you guys know, I've been following my channel for a while, and starting up a new Star Wars mock as this Endgame mock comes to a close and its finished product finally. Again, definitely make sure you check out 1, 2, 3, and hope to be uploading part 5 pretty soon, and probably after part 5, I don't think there'll be a part 6. I think that'll just, after part 5 will be the finale. I might end up doing 6, but for the looks of it and how good it's going, I think I might just upload one more part, which will be part 5, and then the finale. But you never know. I'm gonna definitely make sure I try to get around to it. But thank you guys for watching. Definitely make sure you subscribe, drop a like if you haven't. Jump over to Anthony the Lego Man, subscribe to him. And remember, you can never have too much bricks. And keep building.